Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Penny Shadikwetle and I am a transformation life coach. So I want to talk more about purpose, and particularly I want to talk about the purpose of a woman in general. I know that we are individual, unique being, but there is a general purpose for a woman as a vessel and as a personality and a being that is in this time space for a specific period that we are in. So Miles Monroe says that if a purpose of a thing is unknown, it will be subject to manipulation, it will be subject to disempowerment, and I'm just paraphrasing that quotation. So it behooves us to have our power in this realm and to stand on our power, and we can only stand on our power and be empowered if we know exactly what is it that we came here to do. I mean, let's face it, we just didn't come here to acquire things, to live in mansions, to go on trips. I mean, those things are good. They're lovely. It is lovely to take vacations. It is lovely to have means, and it's lovely to drive in luxury. But that is not the main purpose that we came here to do or to be. So I asked previously that when you are alone, who are you? When you are alone, who am I being? When no one is watching, when no one is watching me, what am I being and who am I? So that's basically the awakening that needs to be reinforced in the times that we living in. Our culture has enormously changed, and if we don't learn from the COVID situation that happened 2 years ago, that literally rocked our whole world, not sections of parts of the world, but it literally was a global pandemic. It was a global thing. So we need to learn from that nothing in life is ever permanent, and we cannot live the mundane lives and think that it's okay, because at the end of the day there is going to be accountability. We just didn't happen to be here. When I talk about purpose, I remember a scripture in one of the most important books, which is the Bible, which says that, I think it is in Jeremiah 1 verse 5, which says that before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before you ever existed, I knew you. Before I formed you, I knew you. So where was the place where the Creator is saying that I knew you before you even came into this physical manifestation? So that is in eternity. Whether or not you believe that there is a higher power, or there is a heaven, or there is a hell, that is besides the point. What I'm trying to say, that before we even existed in this realm, we existed elsewhere. I mean, if you wanna think about it, even on a deeper level, you can do your own research. But we all know that we came somewhere. Before we ever existed here, before we were formed in this physical body, we are a soul. The soul is the entirety of who we are, and whether or not you believe in reincarnation or what, that is also besides the point, because that soul is ageless, that soul is endless. So that is what we're talking about. We're not talking about physicality when we talk about purpose. We're talking about a soul. We're talking about the purpose of a soul in this lifetime, for this time, space, and reality. And we all came with it. We are all unique beings, and we came with a purpose. But there is a general purpose for what is known as a woman, or a female. So we all know that in the world that we live in, it has been mainly dominated by the masculine energy. What does it mean? It's not saying at the male or men. It's just about that energy that exists in our realm, that exists in our environment, which is mainly domineering, mainly is masculine, is action based, and there hasn't been any balance of that energy. It has always been go, 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 go. So as women, we sort of like bought into that culture of the current state of affairs, that you know what, it's all work, work, work. I'm not saying that it is wrong to work, and we, you know, there's an alpha woman as well. We'll talk about the alpha woman in episodes to come, but that is the culture that is currently existing, that in order to be someone or to thrive in this environment, we need to prove ourselves that we can do it. And I mean, some of us as women, we have a dominant feminine energy. Like, again, I'm saying, I'm not talking about a woman and a male, because sometimes there are male men who are having a dominant feminine energy. So what gives? You know, there is that soul that is more feminine, that is in a male body. You know, that's the case. So most of us women have a feminine energy, but our feminine energy has been restricted or contained, because now we're living in this environment that demand us. Like, think about the workplace. You know, you think about performance, showing up, and doing this, you know, action plans, meetings, and a whole lot of things that comes with a dominant masculine environment, which is the workplace. And so we have sort of like lost our way, you know, of who we are as women and what is it that we came here to do. So that is a bit more of an introduction, and I will cover it more on episode to come. But what the takeoff that I want you to take from this today's message is that there is a certain kind of purpose that is for a woman as a vessel. You know, we all have a vessel, even male vessels. But what is the purpose of a vessel called a woman? And if we're not living as women, if you're not living according to the purpose of the woman, let me rather even say the essence of a woman, the scent of a woman, because that is pretty much diluted. I mean, we find women who are dominating against other women in a workplace. I mean, there's clarity of that, where you find that there's competition amongst women, there's pull me down syndrome, and all of those things comes because, you know, as a woman, we have sort of like forgotten where we came from, we've forgotten who we are, we've forgotten what are we here for. So that's number one, that there is that common purpose that is amongst us women. And the second thing is that our femininity, that feminine energy that is in women, you know, yes, some women are born with that masculine energy, but they're still women, you know. But most of us women have that feminine energy. The feminine energy is sort of like contained or restricted, because now in the workplace I need to behave in a certain way so that I can thrive. I mean, I've experienced that in the workplace, and right now I'm owning my own business, but those were my struggles in the workplace, that especially when it comes to being awakened, being a conscious being, being a spiritual being, when you sort of like lean towards talking about certain topics you're not taking seriously, because now it's like there's a separation between the spiritual and the physical. You know, in a workplace you're supposed to be only action orientated, nothing about spirituality. So if you tend to be a more spiritual person, you're sort of like sidelined. If you happen to talk about certain topics like God, the universe, and everything, you are sort of like sidelined. It's like you're not taken seriously, because now we're talking about is an action world, we're talking about performance, and what are you about when you're going to talk about God and spirituality? So that's the problem, the main problem in the workplace. And my priority as a coach, I help busy professional women, especially in a corporate environment, find a work-life balance, or find a life purpose, or ignite with their purpose, or manifest their purpose. That's who I am. I'm a purpose activating coach. So when you sort of like you've got this screwed, you don't know what you came here for, and you sort of like mixed up in the normal norm of things, the normal mundane business as usual in the workplace. You all up for performance, you all up for positions, and you sort of like, you're not gonna be happy. Yes, it will be satisfying to be able to compete in a workplace, and to be able to be found valid in a workplace, but deep down in your soul there's going to be something missing, that you know what, something else is missing. That's why people, when they have this high position, they're still not happy. What is the measure of happiness? Is it things, acquiring things, or living in large houses, big houses, or having many cars, or going on vacations? People are still not happy, despite the fact that they are achieving so many physical things. I mean, we look at the celebrities to see that, people are always getting married, divorcing. It's because there is that gap. There is that thing that is missing, which is the essence of a woman. When I talk specifically about a woman, and what is our role in this world. So with the COVID situation that happened in our world, I think one of the things that it was a blessing. Sometimes it was mostly people, we see it, I mean, it's according to how you see it. Some people are seeing it as a blessing, other people are seeing it as a curse. But one of the things that sort of like the creator forced us to do as humanity is to really pause. I mean, remember, there was that period where there was a hard lockdown, we couldn't go anywhere without a permission, without a reason, and there were curfews and all that. So now that we were busy in this thing called the workplace, if you are married, you drove outside, or you drove away from the home, you went to work, and you met somewhere after work, maybe at 5 or 6, with your better half. But now with lockdown, we were all working from home, we were all stationed at home, and that brought about a new challenge to the couple, because we used to that time where I'm not someone's wife. Here at work, I'm a manager, or I'm a senior manager, or I'm an executive. Now with lockdown, I'm still those things, but I'm based at home, and I'm with this person who is my better half, who most of the time I wasn't with during the day. Now, a lot of marriages were challenged, a lot of relationships were challenged. I am sure there were a lot of separations and divorces that came as a result of that, but they were some that were strengthened, because now that I'm at home, communication lines needs to be open. I need to be considerate to someone else who's working from home, and their children as well, because now our children used to go to school. Now the children are at home. We were at home. So that's basically it. And we need to now go back to the drawing board in order to engage on a more different level. Thankfully, the COVID situation opened up a whole can of worms. Now is how we deal with it going forward. So that's basically it for today. That's a topic that I want to handle in the next episode. So it's about the essence of a woman, the purpose of a woman. What are we here for as women? We are naturals, we are natural caregivers. So I'm going to expand more on this topic. So thank you for watching. If you were watching this far, as I say, my name is Penny Shadikwete, and I am a transformation life coach. If you want to get in touch, you can send me an email, penny@resultscoach.co.za, penny@resultscoach.co.za. And I also offer a free discovery session if you need to meet with me and to check what am I about, what is my coaching model about, you can send me an email at that email address, and we'll take it from there. We can have it's a free discovery session. We'll have a discovery session and to check where you are, and if my coaching model is a fit for you. And yeah, I don't treat my clients the same. All clients are different, but I have a certain like blueprint or template that I follow in my coaching model. And when we have a discovery call, we'll check and see what are your challenges, what are you facing currently, and if my coaching model is fit for your needs, for what you require for your next level. Listen, we are all meant to level up. We are all called to level up. If you are doing the same thing the same way every day, you're not pausing, you're not injecting consciousness in that, you are going to be tested. And that's mostly why we're experiencing challenges, because it is very comfortable in a comfort zone, but nothing grows in a comfort zone. We only grow when we are pushed. So till next time, catch you again next time. Thank you for listening from my heart to your heart. Bye.